Recording in progress.
There we are. Now we're in. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Susquehanna Township Board of Commissioners, August 8th, 2024. This is our regular meeting. And I would note that all commissioners are here with the exception of Commissioner Napper. And Commissioner Flona has joined us. Commissioner Napper is excused and Commissioner Flona has joined us virtually. We did need executive session to discuss matters of real estate and personnel. We'll now have the Pledge of Allegiance followed by a moment of silence, and if Judge Darrell Bloom could please lead us in the pledge, I'd appreciate that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everybody for coming. We'll move into, first we'll do petitions, complaints, and suggestions from citizens. Does anybody wish to address the board tonight? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move to approval of the minutes from our July 25th, 2024 Board of Commission workshop.
I'll second.
Moved by Commissioner Sanderson, seconded by Commissioner Hissero. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Recognitions of presentations. We'll turn this one over to Public Safety Director Chief Rob Martin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Get my setup here. Okay, well, thank you for permitting us to honor these two officers today. The first officer I'd like to call up is Patrol Officer Jacob Roche. Jacob, come on up. Officer Jacob Roche enlisted on our department January 17th, 2022. On April 16th of this year, at 02:45 a.m. in the morning, we received a call of an active shooting at the Motel 6, 4125 North Front Street. Upon arrival of officers, Officer Jacob Roche found a male lying outside the doorway to a room covered in blood and bleeding substantially. Officer Roche did not hesitate. He immediately began life-saving medical care to the victim and applied a tourniquet. This shooting was a domestic-related shooting that also involved the shooting of a dog in one of the rooms at the hotel. So it was a very active, fluid event. The life-saving care rendered by Officer Roche ended up saving the life of the victim, and we were able to bring successful prosecution in this case. It was great work on the arrival of Officer Roche, and it gives me great pleasure to present the life-saving medal to Patrol Officer Jacob Roche for distinguishing life-saving action on April 21st, 2024, and given this date of 8 August 20. Jacob, congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Great work. Secondly, I'd like to call up Patrol Officer First Class Alex Wolf. PFC Alex Wolf enlisted on our department June 15, 2015. And, you know, he's a Patrol Officer First Class, which is the first step in the leadership ladder on our department. And, you know, when you're a leader, it's a great feeling to watch the young officers grow in leadership on the department. And that's where Alex is right now. He's growing in leadership. His next step will be corporal. So I'm very excited for his future. On May 27th of this year, our officers were called to assist the Pembroke Borough Police Department for a suicidal male hanging themselves. PFC Wolf and Patrol Officer Jenna Bretz, who couldn't make it tonight, but we'll honor her at the next meeting, responded. They exercised great leadership upon response and arrival at that home. Officer Wolf and Officer Bretz heard a gurgling sound in the basement of the home, as if someone was struggling to breathe in the basement. They rapidly moved to that area. Officer Wolf lifted the victim up to allow ease of breathing, while Officer Jenna Bretz was boosted up so she could cut the rope. Their leadership in this incident and immediate action saved the life of that person. So it gives me great pleasure to present the life-saving medal citation to Patrol Officer First Class Alex Wolf. Before I do that, you'll be seeing him again shortly, because he was one of the first officers on the scene of Wistful Apartments last week at the pool and brought children back to life. He's a great man. So Alex, very proud of you. Good job. President, members of the board, thank you. I just want to, say, I know I've been before you before, and, say police, fire, EMS are life-saving organizations. Clearly you can take that further. This government is a life-saving organization. Be it the fire, EMS, or police that you support and provide, be it the surety over decades that our roads are maintained and properly engineered, that has saved lives through traffic and engineering studies, through the requirements of sanitary systems in our homes, through codes going to a home and seeing children that are in a situation that's a endangerment to them. So across the breadth of this government, it is a life-saving organization. So thank you very much.
Chief, before you go, sorry.
Yes, sir.
The two children on the pool last week, the last I had read, the one child was brought out, they weren't sure about the second. What you just said, that sounds like they both have you brought both of them back now, the way you said with children. I just wanted to get clarification. I hadn't seen anything on the side.
Yeah, it's been a fluid situation, and I know the one I believe is out of the hospital. My last report, the second child is still under serious medical care, and that was the latest report I had as of yesterday. So, well,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And thank you, officers, for representing the best of Susquehanna Township. We really appreciate it. Do you have cake for them or anything tonight, Chief?
Okay.
I guess you have to stick with the plaques, huh?
We can go.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I guess now time for the mundane stuff, by comparison. Reports and committees. Buildings and grounds, Commissioner Rothrock.
Thank you, Mr. President. The only thing I have to report is that HRG is preparing a project manual and bidding documents for the sidewalk project. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Budget and finance, Commissioner Sanderson.
We haven't had anything to report. I don't have anything to mentor. Yeah. Anything in news and budget? We did have the message go around earlier today from Director of Finance Levitt.
It was the mid-year financial report.
Oh, the mid-year financial report.
But nothing other than that.
Nothing other than that. I'm trying to gather through the assistant town manager and the finance director all old data that we can come up with on actual expenditures and actual revenues by line items so that we can have a reliable projection into the future. Right now, that's difficult to do because a lot of the numbers include, for example, the 2024 budget, it's uncertain which capital projects are in and which aren't. so that we have to kind of scrub the numbers so that we can get correct projections. We're working on it. It's just going to take time. Fortunately, it's early August, so we should be able to do it.
Thank you. That's all.
All right, thank you. Public Works, Commissioner Napper's not here. Commissioner Isra, do you have any?
I wasn't aware that Steve wasn't gonna be here, but the big thing would be, repaving projects. The contract went out to bid. I'm gonna let, if Alex wants to adjust it when he gets to his part later, that'll be fine. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Admin and Personnel, Commissioner Napper's not here for that one either. Commissioner Engel, do you have anything?
I do not.
Interim Manager Mumford, have you any?
No, unless you have any questions tonight.
Okay. I think we're good. Please, Commissioner Engel.
No report.
Fire EMS, Commissioner Isra.
No report.
Thank you. Planning and Zoning, Commissioner Rothrock.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. There was a planning commission meeting on the 22nd of July. There were 4 items on the agenda. First was the Chick-fil-A at Dodson Court. There was some discussion on a number of items there, but it was tabled until the later meeting. Susquehanna Union Green Phase 4, which is the construction of 5 apartment buildings in Susquehanna Union Green for 156 units. That was recommended for Board of Commissioners approval, subject to conditions, and I'm making that in the near future. The Pennsylvania State Laboratory Facility on the State Hospital grounds was reviewed and sort of clarified as to what more was needed from all parties, not just the township, and that was tabled. And Creekview Heights Apartments, the applicant did not attend the meeting to present their plan, so that was just not acted on at all. There was a zoning hearing board meeting last evening regarding the 3801 Walnut Street property, which is the corner of Walnut Street and Locust Lane. And the zoning hearing board overturned our zoning hearing officer's determination on the parking and granted the variances necessary to permit the parking configuration shown on their plan. So I guess the next step is to go into the
So it's a revised plan, it's going to come back before the planning commission, is that right?
Yes, I believe that the plan was revised in terms of what was presented to the zoning hearing board, so that would require another look by the planning commission.
Gotcha.
So that's all I have to report.
All right, thank you. School Board, Commissioner Falona, do you have any news from the schools?
No report this time, Mr. President.
No report, okay. Authority, Mr. Sanderson, I'm gonna wake you up here.
Yeah. This is actually pretty, I've been asking this question for a while and got a good answer. In the last 25 years, the authority has put $30 million into ICE and remediation. Of course, it's under a state consent order. And that's gone very well. We've really seen some market improvements, real improvements in people's properties and lives. We also have another $20 million to go, potential. And none of that is a surprise, but it certainly would be nice if DEP, if they're listening, would give us a little bit of a break. Other than that, that's all.
Really? Thank you very much. Good job. Shade Tree, Commissioner Cross.
Yes, the next Shade Tree Commission meeting will be at 4 p.m.
Thank you. Communications, Commissioner Barczyk. I know we do have a newsletter coming up. We think the copy is due next week. Remember talking about it?
Yeah, August 14th.
Okay.
I don't know, I haven't received the link or anything. So
Okay.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for that report.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
If I apologize on the public works. There was one other issue that I can check with Al, the sewer backup issue in Edgemont. Is that something you were gonna cover? Cause I could just leave it, if you need no more detail. If not, I'd like to please mention it.
No, I wasn't involved.
Okay. There was a major issue in Edgemont about a week and a half ago with this sewage backup emergency issue. And it took quite a bit of effort, but they do have it under control. They work with the contractors to resolve the issue and to clean up. And I'm sure there'll be more involved with that down the road. But I did want to mention that as well. I'm sorry, cutting off Marty tonight. But I did want to mention about that issue. Thank you.
Yeah, and there was blockage and emergency repair was necessary. We actually had to call on 2 contractors, and this is a report from Nate, who's not here today. But Nate's been putting in a lot of time along with the engineer for the authority, and actually they did a bypass plan. There was some loss of sewage into the creek, but I asked Nate if it was promptly, timely reported to the was not required. I mean, accidents will happen from time to time, but if you fail to notify regulators, that's a big number. So timely notification was made. DEP didn't got back, and they haven't gotten back as of Tuesday night. Nevertheless, things seem to have settled down, and they're working on finally fixing the sewer main and repaving the street. So, thanks for bringing that up. That was a big project that obviously I was expecting. So, thanks, Commissioner. Human Relations, Commissioner Cross.
I have no report.
All right. And Parks and Rec, Commissioner Valona.
We had the official recording of the Town Park playground last July 19th.
Is that picture behind you a picture of that?
Most of you here. I'll look forward to our next training, whatever that is. And the next meeting of the raft will be on August 20th. Please, that's being directed on 5th of the I'll be on full.
All right. And if you notice behind Mr. Flown on the screen, there's some playground equipment. Here we go. That's some of the new equipment that was installed in the ribbon cutting cell 2 weeks ago. And it was a great job by our Park and Rec department, the staff, everybody involved. It's truly appreciated. So thanks, Fred. Public hearings done, business agreements done, staff reports, township manager.
I had nothing except what's in your package, and hopefully you've reviewed that. But does anybody have any questions for me tonight? Okay, I'll try to keep you informed.
Public safety, police, we're already said everything. Community and economic development, Ms. Logan.
Thank you. You have my report. I'll just highlight that so far this year we've issued 872 permits and are at 303 violations as of the end of July.
Wow.
So we've been busy.
We said it's not low or high year to year.
It's actually lower this year than it was last year. Building permits are higher, but general building permits are lower.
Thank you. Public Works. Anything, Travis?
All reports in your packet.
All right, thank you very much. Engineering, you got anything?
I'll just touch on what Commissioner Hissero mentioned about the paving project. So Kinsley was the low bidder. They're pretty notable contractors, so I'm thrilled to have them on board for that. We had a pre-construction meeting Monday with Township Public Works and HRG and Kinsley. They're looking to kick off here in about 3 weeks. As far as doing some storm structure improvements first and then going for the paving We did request that they do a letter alley adjacent to the middle school first, in order to get that project on the way to school buses and get them moving. So aside from that, the front street advanced signage in regards to Montrose, the permit was submitted to PennDOT for review. We're anticipating response in early August, so shortly. And then Michael, if there are any other questions, Lloyd Park should wrap it up. Construction's wrapped up, so we'll be doing a final walkthrough of that. I think everything turned out pretty well there. Any questions?
You know, Wood Park, I walked that the other day, and it really is.
Yeah, I think it's
Very impressive.
I can't say enough good things about Flatway Excavating. They did a tremendous job up there. I think Doug already sang kudos for my second that.
Yeah, you mean the ones who did the boardwalks over the wetlands?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right.
You know, I was looking at the two, the two pavilions, the octagon and the rectangle. And I think we had plans to electrify, right? Is that still in the works?
That's in the works. We gave draft plans to Doug for review. He had a few real minor comments. Took those back. Did the revised drawings to reflect his comments, and then we'll be getting him the final drawings for his lesson.
Okay, and both are going to be electrified, right?
Yes.
Is it going to be lighting along the pathway back to the octagon?
So I don't believe along the path there's going to be low level bollard lighting in the parking area, so you're not going to see a lot of overhead, but it should be enough to for the police officers as they drive by to see if there's anybody in there. And then again, the pavilions will be lit and they'll be on some type of, whether it's dusk to dawn or timer, some automatic control.
Almost done, Gary.
Looks good.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, thank you for your work on it. Turned out as I kind of envisioned it. It's a nice walk in the woods and around the village.
Yeah. Heard nothing good things from the residents while I was in there. So.
Oh, they didn't even come.
Yeah.
Big guys coming. Yeah, better say nice things. So, all right. Thanks, Alex. Mr. Law Bureau, you have any?
Well, the Law Bureau notes that that's the most in 5 years that the engineer has spoken. So now I feel compelled to comment. I do want to say there was, at the last meeting, I believe, a great deal of interest in the project on Kerr Street and Edgemont Road in Edgemont, 2150 Kerr Street. And I think it's appropriate to let the public and those interested know that we received an amendment to the amendment, a change to the text amendment, reducing the density in that project that came out of the public meeting that Commissioner Israel and others and the staff were able to facilitate. And I think the reduction was being requested that they're willing to consider as a reduction from 144 units to 125 units. And so it is highly likely that the public hearing that was scheduled for, I think, the 22nd of August may be continued as we work through the necessary steps, make sure that the Planning Commission and others have the appropriate review of that revised project. I know that the residents in Edgemont, I think, will be pleased enough that they're willing to consider a reduction in density and so on and so forth. So I think it's important because of the public interest just to announce that publicly that we will provide notice of if there is a rescheduled public hearing, so on and so forth. But that is all I have from the Law Bureau.
Okay. Thank you. Fair enough. Okay, old business. Do we have any old business? New business. Under new business, we have the consent agenda, and there are 3 items. I'll read them all. And the chair will entertain a motion in a second, and we can discuss them after it's appropriately put forward. And they are statement of bills paid, during your packets, accept the resignation of Patrolman K. Kravitz, and authorization to sell police vehicles to the high bidders in the municipal bid 2018 Ford Explorer to Marcus Marmajolis in Palmerton, PA, for $4,600. Apologies, Marcus, if you're watching. 2017 Ford Explorer to Alex DeVaria of Long Branch, New Jersey, for $3,300, and 2015 Ford Explorer to Alex DeVaria of Long Branch for $2,700. Is there a motion on the consent agenda? Moved by Commissioner Sanders. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cross. Comments, questions on any or all? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? The motion carries. Next up, I'm going to turn to the Law Bureau, which is approval of law enforcement memorandum of understanding between Susquehanna Township and the Hollis School District.
Mr. President, I have before you a memorandum of understanding between the police department, the township, and the township's school district. This is a form that was drafted and developed by the Department of Education, and it essentially lays out the criteria or the procedures when certain events occur at the school that require police intervention under the Safe Schools Act, among other things. It is the same MOU that we executed in 2022. I've conferred with the chief, and it's my understanding from the chief, the school district has cooperated with the police department and police administration and the reporting requirements outlined in the MOU. I've read it, it's looking for us. And look, it's important for us to have this stuff down on paper so there is a good understanding, because when we have to intervene at the school, it is something that is of a serious nature. So I think I have the chief's support for the MOU, and the district is interested, so I would ask for a vote to approve an extension of the 2022 MOU.
Okay, is there a motion? So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded by Commissioner Israel or Rothman? Israel, okay. I noticed in the packet that document here is from 2022. You said this is an extension?
Correct.
This is document, so there were no changes?
No changes.
Okay. Chief, do you have anything you want to add to this
I don't, and
discussion?
I've had discussions with Solicitor Miller about this. This does come up every couple of years for renewal. And I would just like to say that our relationship between the police department and the school district right now is better than it's ever been in a long, long time. And that's in the best interest of everyone, most specifically the children.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Commissioner comments? Who wants to comment? Nobody? Okay, good.
Motion to adjourn.
Sorry. Second. All right, Carl Beach, was that you, Rocky?
No.
That was Carl, okay. It's been moved and seconded. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.